Hello, all. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing a good guy that I met over a year ago. Glad to see that you can still meet some decent people in the D&B area, and learn with each other, grow with each other, and teach one, reach one, and all that. Because we both learn from each other. I've learned a lot from him on a regular basis. This is Baltimore's finest. Just bought his first home in good old Baltimore, proving that you can still do that. And Baltimore is not the crazy bad city that the media makes it out to be. There are good parts, like any other major city in the United States of America. Good parts and bad parts, and you can be successful all at the same time. Dalyn Allen is living proof. So please say hello, sir.
Hello, how you doing? It's good to talk to you, Larry.
Hey, man. Hey, like I said, I appreciate you doing this again, and congratulations once again that you're in your new home right now, right?
Thank you. I am, and it's lovely, man.
Been about 2 months now?
Exposed brick on the wall.
Oh, man, look at that. He's living a high life. Got Malcolm X in the background and everything. But hey, that's how it's supposed to be, man. Nice, positive inspirations, man.
Exactly, man. Achieving goals and knocking down barriers by any means necessary. That's part of the experience, man.
Exactly. I know you're itching to get into your first investment property too, right?
I am, and I'm saving up a few dollars. Stay diligent, stay purposeful, keep my eye on the prize, and just knocking out all the distractions and being prayerful and following it through, man.
Absolutely, man. Hey, that's what it's all about. You pray it up, you get your mind right, and that's what it's all about. Keep a great spirit about you, stay around the right people. That is, to me, because the first time I met Dalyn was actually at a real estate investment conference, the Rich Dad Poor Dad one. And he came up to me and my buddies, business partners, and he was just like, "Hey, you guys, I'm thinking about doing certain things in real estate." I said, "Yeah, we're actually doing certain things right now." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to do certain things." Because, in the DMV area, I don't know, for those who aren't familiar, when somebody comes up to you, you're like the CIA, you suspect everybody. And then, it's like everybody's a suspect. They're guilty until proven innocent. That's the DMV area. I think like New York is like that too. Other parts of America, not so much, but yeah, definitely in the DMV area. But he was positive, so I was like, okay, yeah, I like that because it's a rarity you find that. And we even came to Reading, Pennsylvania, where I buy real estate at, and he got to see it all, meet everybody, and he still made his decision, and he's moving forward. So that's the main thing. But I just wanted to talk with you, man. Like, so what do you think about all this craziness? We won't mention it because was getting flagged for when you mentioned the actual name. I don't know why, but they are. Yeah. But what do you think about all this craziness that's going on, Dalyn?
Man, it's hard to make sense of it. I'll say it tells us a lot, right? The very first thing I'll say is that this tells us that your financial independence, your financial future starts with your mind,
Yes, sir.
One of the things that I really hold as a principle of mine is an old African principle and Dinka symbol of Sankofa, is that to go back and fetch, learn from the past so that you can move forward, right?
Absolutely.
Last year in 2019, in January through, I think it was about March, April, we learned that the government can not pay their employees for a long period. And during that time, we also learned and we heard the zeitgeist, the whole premise of everyone talking is that we have to save for our future. We have to make decisions so that in the future we won't have to kind of depend on the government or anyone to give us money. Pretty much tells us to have your emergency fund ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everyone's on that page, everyone's on pretty much that thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, we see that experience, we learned from it in a moment, but a lot of us actually didn't apply that knowledge for the future.
Yes, sir.
And this this situation, this whole situation, the pandemic is actually showing us that you actually have to learn from these things, write these things down and learn for the future and actually apply the things you learn. Because if you don't, you'll repeat some of the same cycles of the past. I, throughout life, I've tried to learn from mistakes of my ancestors. Some of the things that they learned that they did well with, I try to stick to those. I see those things happen. The things I've seen, I try to make those things happen. I try to stick to those things that work, and the things that don't work, I try to learn from them and keep moving, keep pushing. Because some of the struggles I experience with aren't necessary for me. Sometimes I actually teach somebody else, and share the knowledge, share the wealth, actually do it from a place of love and not from a place of lack or a place of selfishness, you know, a place of never.
Right.
I think that's how you build relationships. Just like you mentioned, the day I met you, I didn't know what you guys talking about. I was looking to make a friend, build a relationship, just see what's going on. And I've seen how that paid over tenfold, even though it wasn't necessarily financial. It wasn't a financial connection that you had. It's more so inspiration, being in the mind. And from that, I've been blessed from it. And I think you've been blessed from it too. And
Absolutely.
I really couldn't ask for nothing more.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm glad that because that's the thing that I don't think people understand. It's not always about, like, my platform's about, you know, people being financially intelligent, making money and things of that nature. But the giving back aspect of it all ranges from not me giving anybody a handout, but for me to hopefully give them a hand up and hopefully they can give me a hand up. I think we've both done that for each other. You know what I mean? Because I don't know everything, you don't know everything. But the one thing that we can build together is great social capital. You know, everybody worships, they focus on the financial capital, but they don't really focus on too much on the social capital. You know, to me, that means more than any money that I can get, because the people I'm surrounded with and I engage with on a regular basis means way more to me than how much money I can make. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, if I can build upon that, that means way more, because we might not do business together, but with the relationship in itself and the friendship in itself can actually help me grow, and, you know, and vice versa. So therefore make us all prosperous all at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we just want each other to be successful. But then at the same time, it's like I was just saying before we got off the phone, it's like you can't put a price tag on quality of life. You know, the DMV, we see a lot of people that make some of the highest salaries in the world. I mean, in the country. But they're some of the most miserable people at the same time. I mean, you know that as well as I do. Whether if you live on the Maryland side of the river, DC, or Virginia, you know, this is a hub of six-figure central. However, there's a reason why most people look like they want to, either they need clinical drugs, or they're in a clinical depression, or they just need to go on a vacation till the day they die. I don't know, but as much, especially you working in Washington, D.C., you see it on a regular basis.
That's true.
You know, I mean, it's a lot of great people here. I'm not down in the area.
Oh, yeah. It's just, we're on the same page. They're not down, but it's just the lifestyle, the experience, the culture, you know, it's different. And because of that, if you're on a paper chase, you'll always kind of miss the mark. Whereas though if you're actually kind of building a network and kind of meet with like-minded individuals, that's kind of where you actually kind of find your niche, find where you truly belong. Because without it, you're kind of going to be kind of stuck in the same things. One of the things I actually heard today was about your mindset. Your mindset. If my mindset is to do this thing, I should meet other people who are trying to do the same thing. Right. And with how we build that connection, that's how we can grow a relationship. And it's okay on that one thing, because that means I now have my resource, I now have my outlet, I now have my network or my family of this one thing, and that's what I talk to and collectively bond with on this thing. Whether that's bartending, whether that's investing, whether that's iPhone clubs, it's just that connection. And it's perfectly fine to have that social connection, because we all need that. And I think this experience with us social distancing, us being away from each other and not staying at home, it shows that we do need that social connection, even if it's on this one idea.
I couldn't agree with you more, because in a sense, I didn't realize I was practicing social distancing before it became a thing. It wasn't necessarily on purpose, but because, you know, between working a job and trying to work, you know, two businesses, you know, you just lose track of time. So the main thing, this whole pandemic has been one of the best things that happened to me, because one, it kind of slowed life down a little bit more for me, which I needed, because, you know, living here, life is just constantly fast paced, you know what I'm saying, 24/7. So now I feel more at peace in a sense, because I'm not constantly in the rat race or in the drag race, you know, in regards to trying to, you know, make sure I got this done, make sure I'm at this place on time, you know, et cetera, and so forth. And then, like you said, I'm able to appreciate more of the time that I'm able to spend with the people that matter the most, and spend more time with engaging with people that are on the same playing field in regards to the mindset. Because, like you said, if you have the wrong mindset, then you're really not going to go anywhere, no matter how many degrees or certifications or money you have. You know, I mean, there's a reason why certain celebrities have ended up broke, and they have way more money than you and I will ever see in a lifetime. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's very true.
you know, and that's how I look at it. And then when you mentioned in regards to, which is very important, I said, you know, the crash back in 2007, 8, it didn't wake people up. I think it only did it for like a year or two in regards to finances, but it didn't really wake a lot of people up.
Yeah,
This,
you're right.
this doesn't wake people up. I don't know what can, because this was actually a pandemic. This wasn't just the stock market and the housing market tanking. This was this was all these things happening because people can't go to work.
Yeah,
You know, and that's the scariest thing right there. And it goes back to what Warren Buffett says: if you don't figure out how to make money in your sleep, you will work until the day you die.
true.
You know,
Very true.
you and I are blessed to be able to still have a job, but just think about those, what is it, 6.6 million and counting that have filed unemployment.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
You know, and it's like, I hope this is a wake-up call for them, because it's like they're saying now I think this wake-up call is going to force more people to become an entrepreneur on some level.
Yeah.
Because you have a choice.
And that's true. And it's really eye-opening because we're actually seeing that there are a lot of services, a lot of things that are needed within the world, whether that's farming, whether that's consulting, whether that's healthcare, whether that's creating healthcare products. There are a lot of people that have talents, which have divine gifts, but you aren't using them because either lack of time or lack of support from who they think are their peers or their friends, you know?
Yes.
Which their friends and peers and family, they can be your friends, peers, and family. However, if you have a desire to want to do something new, do something different, you should connect with someone who's trying to do that same thing.
Agreed.
Because connecting with those people on that same thing will kind of show you that I don't have everything it takes. That person doesn't have everything it takes. However, together, that's how you can take one step forward. That you can take a step further. And you shouldn't be out for yourself. Be competitive, but don't be in it for yourself. It's a difference.
Oh,
it's
I agree. It's like you're competitive, but you're not being greedy. You know,
exactly.
like
So I'll say it
right?
like this. I'll say it like this, and I think you'll agree. Actually, yesterday I was playing chess because I like to think about everything, right? Yesterday I was playing with a good friend of mine. Mind you, playing chess on iPhone, and even within chess, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, right? That's the game. It's very rarely in a tie when you end in a draw. If you end in a tie and in a draw, or both neutral parties say, "Wow, good game," right?
Right.
If you're playing chess and someone wins or beats you, that's perfectly fine. It's the object of the game. Did you play a good game and play a good game ethically? That's how you actually appreciate it. That's competitiveness. However, you're not being selfish. You're actually supporting each other, actually sharpening each other's skills by saying, "Oh, I could think 2-3 steps ahead because last time that got me in a situation," you know?
Huh. I didn't even think about it like that. I like that.
Yeah, and
I like that because you're right. It's like because if you're gonna at least lose at something, lose with grace, right?
exactly. But the fact that you played a good game and did your best, that does matter. And it sounds
Absolutely.
like hogwash, but I'm learning that it actually does work. It actually does something, you know?
Absolutely.
Even I'll say even if you're working and working with your coworkers, if you're trying to sharpen your coworker skills and you want your coworkers to help sharpen your skills,
Mm-hmm.
be honest with each other, challenge each other, take it a step further, provide an extra service, take it one more step further. That
Yes,
way,
sir.
oh, I'm helping this person, they're helping me because we all don't know it all. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone drops the ball no matter what you're doing. But
Absolutely.
it's network, having that cohesiveness, having that social team to say, oh, I'm going to make you better. And by making you better, I'm going to keep myself on point. Like, for instance, if you have a child or have a son, you say, hey, you got to eat every day. You have to wash every day. You have to keep your hands clean. You as an individual, like, all right, now that I'm teaching this child something, I have to do that same thing. All right, let's get to it. You know?
Bingo. You hit the nail on the head right there, Dalyn. You hit the nail on the head right there. And that's the thing. It's just analyzing those specific situations and being an adult enough to know that you don't know everything.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I like to read and listen to podcasts every day, because I like to learn. There's a reason why I engage with people like you every day, because I like to learn. And if you teach one something that they don't know, then that's great. And then vice versa. You know, but that's and like you said, you do the best you can. But the biggest thing that I take away from your chess analogy is this: if you put that same effort into a team effort, then it could be beneficial for everybody, not just for yourself. Like I said, stop being so selfish in regards to yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, we've seen, especially where we've grown up at, when people work as a collective, how prosperous they can be.
It's true.
And the individualism thing isn't really working anymore in the United States of America. I can't speak for other parts of the world, but it's not really working anymore in the U.S. in regards to people just trying to do it by themselves. I mean, if a celebrity who has multiple corporations or one nice corporation, he or she still, or just a regular tech person, they still have to have a team in
That's
order
true.
to be successful.
That's true.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather, flawed as he can be, has a team of people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Vice versa. No matter, you can name them, Mark Cubans to the Mark Zuckerbergers to, you know, the Damon Allens. You know, it's just like, I could just go, Damon Johns. Yeah. I could go on and on. There's team efforts going on. I
That's
mean,
true.
think for a reason, why is that show successful? Because it's showing those venture capitalists, they become partners.
Mm-hmm.
Corporations that they buy, those companies that they buy, they turn them from a small branch into a franchise. You know,
Yep.
it's teamwork. And people, I think if people would just realize that and acknowledge the fact in regards to, you have to work as a team to really get somewhere in this life. Because if you're trying to do something that's bigger than yourself, especially something that the previous generation did not accomplish, then you definitely have to go outside your comfort zone.
Yep.
You know, because to me, the comfort zone could be the death sentence at the end of the day.
That's true. And I'll even go on to say this: like, having a team is important, right? Having a team network is important. So important that it actually can save you money. Prime example.
Yes, sir.
After I broke my home, within the first couple of days, I noticed that my water wasn't working right? And, you know, that's a problem. That's an issue. Having hot water is important because,
yes,
hey,
sir.
Water, especially during this this pandemic, it's an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through my network, first of all, my older cousin, she connected me with a chimney expert, right?
Okay.
A chimney expert. That chimney expert was able to hook me up with a contractor who fixes water heaters.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, chimney expert. Mind you, chimney, no one would think that a chimney has to do anything with water.
True.
Actually does, but that's another conversation.
right.
But through that connection, after talking to two different publicly owned contractors to fix plumbing and issues, right? They would have charged me $5,000, but maybe $2,000 to $5,000 to fix an issue that I was able to fix for $800.
Wow.
A network is important. I've experienced it firsthand. I experienced it firsthand.
And boom goes the dynamite. Because it's ironic that you say that, because it goes back to like having that backdoor mechanic in your family, you know, in your you know. And I had to get a new what was it? Great example. I'll give you another great example. When, you know, in beautiful Virginia, you had the car inspections. And of course, they tried to literally just take advantage of you. Like, well, if you don't get this specific amount of work done on your car will fail and you won't be able to legally drive it. No, because you have a failed rejection sticker on your vehicle. Well, I knew a mechanic, and he was like, basically the piece was, I needed a new transmission. This was years ago. So he was like, well, hey, I'll do it. If you buy the transmission, I'll do it for you for $200. I said, bet. Because if I wouldn't, so basically it cost me between $600-700, right?
Yeah.
At tops. If I would have went to somebody else, it would have cost me almost $2,500.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about I'll actually add on to this, right?
Right.
That those two individuals who helped me out to fix the issues, they were entrepreneurs, licensed entrepreneurs. They did the work for themselves. A lot of us, we know we want to hire our cousins or our best friends to do certain things, and they're not necessarily licensed or they're not skilled. I would encourage anyone, if you have a skill, have a desire, pursue that skill, pursue that desire, do everything you have to do to invest in yourself, to end up investing in everyone else.
Absolutely.
That means that pay for the class, learn something. If you have a vision, follow that vision through. Don't let anything distract you. But make sure that vision, you're actually doing it for the right reasons, not necessarily going for the money, because the money will come. But doing it actually have a desire to actually can do something with that skill.
Absolutely.
I for one know that lawyers, I could have been a lawyer, right? But I had no desire to be a lawyer because
Right.
it was just for money, you know. But
Of
the fact that
course.
I'm doing what I do currently around data analytics, data visualization, that's
Right.
something I genuinely enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And I provide a service for my organization that I currently work for, and I've done it because I really enjoy it and they appreciate it.
Gotcha.
And because of that, I'm actually providing value, not only for myself, but to the organization. And because of that, I'm able to do everything else I want to do and I'll follow through with, such as a home, building a network, providing value, and helping everyone else do things they want to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning that as I'm applying it, but I would encourage everyone, there's a lot of people who are waiting to live their dreams after you live yours, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people won't be able to do the things that they want to do unless you do what you have to do, right?
I agree.
So I would encourage you, if you have a desire, passion, invest in yourself, do what it takes to push it forward, right? And by pushing forward, you'll elevate yourself because now that
Absolutely.
those individuals you help, they're now part of your network. Not necessarily get anything monetary from it, which sometimes happens, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone benefits once you plug into your resource, you know.
Absolutely.
Prayerful, seek divine inspiration from your God. I'm not going to give you all the details about how I relate to God, but
Right.
that's really important.
I understand, and I couldn't agree with you more because to add on to that, because my quote unquote backdoor mechanic, he actually worked for somebody, but his dream was to open up his own shop. And 2 years later, because he all the side work he did, he saved it up. He ended up opening up his own shop. He took his shop from his house, actually finding a place to lease and whatnot. And he's been way more successful because and like you said, he was successful because not only he wanted to do it, it wasn't. He even says to this day, it's not about the money. It's the fact that I can, because he enjoys teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So he loves to teach future mechanics, you know, and he knows that by doing that, he's helping other people reach their full potential and not only teach them how to be good mechanics, but find out what their passions or desires are. And if they want to do the same thing that he's doing, this is, you know, he's basically giving them a verbal / visual handbook. This is the road I took. Maybe this road might work for you, or let's find the right road for you.
Yep. Matter of fact, I'll even add more to that, man, because like everything you just mentioned kind of comes full circle, kind of back to real estate. You know,
Right.
one of the guys that I met last year before I actually purchased my home, I actually met him after when I went to go get my phone fixed because I cracked my screen, right? So I cracked my screen, and I, being a person I am, I talk to everybody, right? I don't buzz and I'm talking to people. So I'm talking to the person behind the desk. The guy's dressed really, really well. So I compliment him, like, "Hey, man, I like your shirt. You dress really well, right?"
Right.
Hey, if you see something, say something, right?
Right.
Great job. The owner comes out not too long after that. He and I were talking. He's like, "Yeah, man, this dude dresses like that every day." I'm like, "Hey, man, it pays off. Like, that's really nice. Like, I respect it."
Right.
So I talked to the owner. So I was like, so I talked to the guy. I didn't know he's the owner. I was like, "So do you own this shop?" He's like, "Yeah, I own this shop and I own maybe like 2 other ones." I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's pretty cool, man." The old me, the childish me, the me when I was a teenager, I would have been jealous. I'm like, "Damn, man, he did all this. He got all this money. Like he must have did something to do that, right?" But
Right.
no, being the person I am now, I'm like, "Oh, cool. Well, how'd you do that? How'd you end up owning this? Like, what makes you want to do that?" He said, "I own 30 rental properties." Wow, that's impressive. How can I do that too? Here's some resources. Learn this. Call me back. I got his number right then. He not only said that, he said he loves real estate. But the phone companies, fixing phones, he does that to help everyone else live their potential.
Boom.
Does he do this because of the finances? To some level, I'm pretty sure he does because it's a mind. Pretty sure he wouldn't lose the money at it. But at the same, the fact that he has all these other properties and he can do this on the side to help everyone else out and then generate another stream of income.
Right.
That's very telling, you know.
Right. Oh yeah, because the thing is, and I love that story. The main thing is, a lot of times, see, the entrepreneurs are the ones that people are looking up to nowadays, right? We all know this.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the ones that love giving back, that aren't just say, oh, look at me, I have all this money, blah, blah, blah. No, the ones that are actually giving back and adding value to the world, right? Okay. Now, but a person like that, because the thing is, the power of real estate is a lot of times it gives you the power to free you to do the things you actually love to do.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why I got into real estate. Yeah, with Larry's Anything Goes, I sell merchandise and whatnot. And with Karatbars, I buy gold and I refer others because with Karatbars, I believe in gold because obviously the value of that doesn't go down, right? But not only that, I want to be able to share the Karatbars experience with other people so that they can buy gold and refer other people so that they can help people get financially free in the sense so they can really, because just think about it. If you didn't have to have a job, like I said, nothing wrong with having a job. You didn't have to have a job and you're able to make money via real estate, via gold investment vehicle, what would you really do with your free time?
Mm-hmm.
Because with this situation, a lot of people are finding their purpose, whether they realize it or not.
Sure.
I think because when you get more free time, there's a reason why some people, when they go to prison, they come out a little better and sometimes they come out a little worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times they come out more fit, physically fit, and mentally fit.
Mm-hmm.
They got more time on their hands. I heard
Mm-hmm.
the analogy the other day and I didn't think about it. They got more time to read. Sometimes they got more time to take courses, college courses, trade courses, to learn a skill to actually so they can live a better life when they get out, right?
Mm-hmm.
More physically fit. So that means they're more able to do to conquer the world, and they have more energy so that they can put their time and energy into things that actually matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think with this, so a lot of times people, and we've heard people, they find their purpose when they get out of, while they're in prison, they find their purpose, what they're really supposed to do with their lives, right?
Yeah. That's true.
And so with that, crazy. I was reading about, I don't know if you remember the boxing promoter, Don King, the guy with the hair. He found his purpose in prison. He not the best business person, had his little shady dealings and whatnot. We all know that, but he found his purpose in prison, what he really wanted to do.
Yeah.
In fact, he got his college degree in prison. Correct me if I'm wrong. He took a significant amount of college courses and trade school classes and things of that nature. But he found his purpose because he was out of the streets and he had more time on his hands and he used his time wisely.
Yeah.
And I employ everybody right now to use their time wisely.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're still working, if you're like us, you're able to work from home and whatnot, use your time wisely, do your job, obviously, but use this time that you're indoors to be more productive.
Yeah.
Get the stimulus check. Please be more, especially if you're still working and if you're not working, that's a different story.
So I'll also say this. One of the things that the kind of like you said, the hustle and bustle of the DMV is work,
right.
work, be productive, be productive, be productive. One of the things that we as millennials or those who work really hard and work on purpose, one of the things we often forget to do is rest, right?
Yes.
One of the things we forget to do is rest. To me, right now, Saturday is sacred. I'm resting today. I'm chilling. You see the shirt? Afro?
Yes, sir.
Ever with that in mind. As I'm chilling, as I'm chilling, I know that I have to work eventually, But as I'm working, I have something else to look forward to, which is rest, and I can appreciate the rest more once I get. I can appreciate it more because I'm working towards something. I can grind, but then I can rest. And as I'm resting, I can plan. I give my mind a break. I can eat a few extra cookies, get them cookies. And therefore, when I come back inspired, I come back more productive. I can think about the things that went wrong last week. I can think about the things that went right and do more of those. I can do that more. So as you're working hard, I'll also add rest. Because once you rest, it gives you more time, more direction to work harder and work better.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of us say, hey, we got Cassidy who has a song, I'm a hustler. That's important. But true hustlers, the ones that actually do things and are job productive, they do prioritize rest. They move with a purpose and they move with purpose. And I see how that makes a difference.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And it's funny that you mentioned that because that's one thing I've done more. Like usually on a Saturday, I would still get up like I was going to work because I try to be productive. But ever since, the hustle and bustle slowed down, I was like, you know what? I didn't get up till 8:30 this morning. I feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
I was totally exhausted yesterday from, working out, then working on my businesses and whatnot. And I was exhausted. Like even after texting you, I was like, you know what? I'm glad he said tomorrow because I'm done right now. I was gonna drink some coffee and try to stay up. I'm like, you know what? Listen to your body, listen to your mind, go to bed.
Yeah, yeah,
And I feel much better. And like you said, with this situation, work on your mental. That has a lot to do with your mental health and your physical
yep,
health. You know, because if you spun out of control, you will burn out eventually. I think
yeah,
that we see too much in the DMV area. You see too many people who are really freaking burnt out.
yeah,
Because I notice the difference now when I talk to people. Ever since this thing has occurred, they seem so much more happier. This
yeah,
and it's just there's something about it. It's glowing more because
yeah,
not rushing all the time, and they feel like
yeah,
they have more time to not only work, but they have more time to relax and appreciate what they have. Because I don't know about you, I've always tried to appreciate what I have, but this situation has made me appreciate what I have even more so.
yeah, man. I agree 100%. I was in the shower not too long ago, just being thankful that I had hot water, man. Like a lot on the shower, like, so thank God for this hot water. Like it's a big deal, you know, because it is a privilege. It's a privilege.
Yes, sir.
Um, and not only that, but I also add that for me, just from my perspective and the thing I'm learning now, being
Mm-hmm.
appreciative for what I have makes me less inclined to buy things I don't need.
Bingo.
Um, I buy less things, and because I buy less things, I now have more money to pay off my debts and
Boom.
then to invest.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and those things to me really matter because they're for the long run. And that's all I can really say about that. I know, for instance, like I love and appreciate certain music festivals,
Mm-hmm.
and so I know that if I'm saving for this particular music festival, I don't have to go to these other ones because this one I'm going to enjoy this one regardless.
Yes, sir.
You know, um,
Exactly.
but I
Let's
don't need
call
to
it
do
what it is.
everything else. I don't need to do because I'm saving up for this thing particularly, specifically, and
Exactly.
that I can now enjoy other things.
Yes,
Even when
indeed.
like spend some money on things I may not need. I know I like particular drinks. I go for this particular drink. Like, yeah, I'll
Mm-hmm.
try things here and there because I'm always open to new things. But I
Right,
know
right.
I have staples. I don't have to go out of my way to um, convince myself that I'm having a good time. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. Because
Yeah.
because because the crazy thing is when this is all over with, I think people will be able to appreciate going out more
Yeah.
now.
Definitely.
You
Yep.
know, it's like be able to travel more now. You know, it's like we've taken so many things for granted. Just going out to a festival, going out to dinner, going to a movie, going
Yep.
to another country, or another city, another state. You know, like everything's shut down for the most part now. And because the crazy thing is, even when things actually open back up, I just don't think people are going to be in a rush to say, yeah, let's go be around people, even though we know that they could possibly be carrying something that could infect us. So I
Yeah.
think that trust factor is going to take a long time to get
Yeah.
back to effect. 100%. What do you think?
Definitely. Definitely. I agree, man. Definitely.
But either way, man, I just appreciate being alive. I appreciate the fact that I got to know you, and I know you're going to be successful in whatever you decide to do. And when it comes to real estate, let this be the year that you get your LLC, not in your home. So when you buy real estate, you can put it in your LLC's name, but not your personal name, so you can get those tax write-offs.
I definitely will. I'm moving, learning,
Yes,
applying,
sir.
and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
definitely not right.
And you're in the right city for that, anyways. That's all I can say because the price is right in Baltimore.
You're absolutely right. And I want to do some good things. I want to do some positive things. I want to be constructive and actually add some value because
Absolutely.
I'm originally from Baltimore. There are a lot of people coming in to prostitute and exploit my city. And
Mhm.
for me, I know I want to do my part to provide some positive value. I want people who have a similar background like I do to live their purpose, live their dreams as well. Because we can do a lot if we educate ourselves, educate each other, um, point out those individuals who are looking to bring us down, who have a heart and intention to bring us down, and separating them from those who actually want to elevate us. I think
Absolutely.
overall, just from my experience, I know a lot of people talk a good game but don't really follow through. But I'll say follow through with small things to end up winning those big victories. That's how I started. I can look back over my past and see how things have turned full circle. well, not full circle, but turn for the better. And
Right.
because I want to take that same momentum, educate others, and bring them through their own trials as well. Um, it's so much to do, so many words to say, but I definitely want to do my part to make it better. And I've seen some things work for myself, and I want to take those same things and keep it going.
Exactly. And I know you will. And when you have a great spirit about you, at the end of the day, I know you will do that and move forward and be prosperous all at the same time. And like you said, add value to a city that you know people are trying to take advantage of. That's
Yeah,
unfortunately, that's what's happening throughout most major cities, nowadays. It's like the people that make those cities, the culture and the value of those towns, they're being pushed out on a regular basis. And the only good thing about this pandemic is it's kind of slowed that down a little bit. But when it's all over, people that are going to remain anywhere are going to be the ones who own something. So
yeah,
if you're watching this, own something.
yeah, yeah.
Use the
That's it.
situation to save some money, buy something, own something. I don't care how big or small it is, that is irrelevant. Because when
Yeah,
you own something, then you can't get gentrified. You become the
yeah,
gentrifier.
yeah, yeah.
and
I agree.
and and that's what we need to break this culture of generational renters. There's nothing wrong with being a renter, but there's
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of people who are renters, but they still own something and they just rent it out.
yeah, that's true.
So plenty of real estate investors who are living, especially they live in LA. They're living in LA, renting in LA, but they own rental properties throughout the West Coast and the
Yeah,
Southwest.
yep. I'll say it's definitely nothing wrong with renting. It's definitely nothing wrong with being an employee.
Right.
Um, Nothing wrong with that. I encourage both.
Absolutely.
But if you have a dream, a passion, do something. Learn everything you can about it and go and do it. Yeah, you might fail, but you might win too. You know,
Absolutely.
if you fail, you say, "Oh, I tried it, and I'm better because of it."
My grandmother always said, nothing beats a failure but a try.
That's
And
true. My mother
I'd
said
rather
that.
fail at something knowing I tried.
My mother says that. She still says that.
Oh yeah, man. That's old school right there. But I appreciate this, Dalyn. Family, please like, subscribe, share. Check out the online store, especially if you need any of those good old face masks. I still got mine right here, still ready. Hand sanitizer, the whole nine, or Larry's Anything Goes T-shirt. Got plenty of those. So definitely check out the merchandise. And if you're trying to be able to start your own home-based business for basically free, check out the Carrot Bars International. You can join, sign up as an affiliate with the link below. Sign up for free. You can purchase as much or as little gold as possible. There's no monthly fee. Let's keep currency in our circle and add value in that same order, right? Take care.
All right.